For this unit, we're going to be discussing the Feldman method for formal art criticism. This will align directly with your Gateway to Art journal assignment, where you are being asked to explore a virtual museum, choose an artwork, and then create a formal critique of the artwork you find. So today I'm going to present the Feldman method. It's one of the most popular, most inclusive forms of art criticism. And the best part is there are only 4 steps. So the art critic, and I want you to think about being an art critic. What do you think when you hear the term art critic? Is this good? Is this bad? Is criticism always good? Is criticism always bad? Think about these terms as we are discussing this critique method today. So it turns out that anyone can be an art critic. Art criticism is a thoughtful process of evaluating artworks. Art criticism is not negative, and art criticism allows the viewer to work through 4 simple steps to critically process what the artist is presenting. So a very great way to think about and to understand what the artist is trying to communicate through their art. So think about art as a form of visual storytelling. Just as you read a book, the author is presenting a story. Well, artists do the same thing, but through a visual means. So maybe drawing, painting, photography, sculpture, all of these means for creating can tell a story. So why is art criticism important? Thoughtful art criticism allows the viewer to objectively respond to an artwork. This objectivity allows the viewer to create a response based on factual information rather than opinion. Being objective creates a stronger argument. Formal analysis is essentially the critique. It goes beyond a descriptive inventory to discover the relationships among things you have named in that work of art. For this process, you're going to rely heavily on the elements of art and principles of design to read the composition of the artwork and to interpret and discuss what the artist is saying. Through this process, you're also going to discuss how the elements of art and principles of design work together to strengthen an artwork. Using the Feldman method for formal art criticism, you're going to work through 4 steps. Step 1, describe. Step 2, analyze. Step 3, interpret. And step 4, evaluate. Beginning with step 1, describe. This step simply allows you to describe what you see in the artwork. When you're creating your description, thoughtfully consider each one of these topics as you create your artwork. I want you to talk about the size of the artwork, the medium, and the processes used to create it. Discuss the subject matter, so discuss what's happening in the artwork, and discuss the objects found within the artwork. Describe the elements of art and principles of design used in the artwork. Describe is simple, and I ask that you stick to the facts, talk only about what you see in the artwork, be specific about the subject, and describe where things are located. In step 2, you're going to analyze the artwork. So talk more about what's happening and thoughtfully consider these steps. Explain how the artist has organized their composition. So all of the things happening in the artwork, how are they organized to create a strong image? Consider what's happening in the foreground, the middle ground, and the background. Also consider the focal point and how it's placed. And remember that the focal point is the most important part of the artwork. Where is it? How is it drawing attention to everything else that's happening in the artwork? Explain how the elements of art and principles of design are used together to strengthen the artwork. I want you to discuss how the elements of art work together in the artwork, discuss the overall composition of the work, and discuss how the artist uses the principles of design to organize the elements. So think about rhythm, movement, pattern, emphasis, unity, variety, and balance. How are those things working together to tell that story that the artist is illustrating for you? And step 3 is where we begin to interpret. what's happening. So consider the following. Explain any mood or emotions the artwork communicates and justify your response by including why you feel this way. Interpret any meaning you can find within the artwork. And take cues from the subject matter, the elements and principles as you examine the content and meaning of the artwork. So step 1 and 2, you're describing the artwork as you see it. Step 3 and step 4 is where you start to kind of venture off into your own viewpoint, where you're sharing your own personal opinions about the artwork. Step 4 asks you to evaluate the artwork. So essentially judging it. Consider the following things. How is the subject matter successfully presented, and how does it add to the interest of the artwork? How is strong mood or emotion created? How is the composition successful, and how does it add interest to the artwork? Determine the quality or lasting importance of the artwork. State your opinion of the work, but justify it by referencing the 3 previous steps. Consider the quality and the originality of the artwork in your argument. Just by working through these 4 simple steps, you can adequately and successfully critique and explain and share with the reader your personal thoughts and opinion of an artwork. Are they always going to be positive? No. But in the event they are negative, this process also helps you kind of justify your thoughts and your response and work through it in a way that allows you to explain and allows the reader to understand why you may disagree or agree with what the artist is trying to present. So with all of this considered, your next assignment is going to be the Gateway to Art Journal. And in this assignment, you're going to be researching an online museum or database of the an online database of a brick and mortar museum. Find an artwork that you're drawn to, an artist that you enjoy, and I want you to write a critique of the image that you choose, of the artwork that you choose. Remember, in your paper, correct formatting, follow your syllabus, make sure that you're including a works cited page and an image of your work, and I look forward to seeing how you critique an artwork that you are drawn to and or motivated by. Stay tuned for a short quiz. Take a few minutes and complete that, and it will be added to your final score in this course. Good luck, reach out with any questions, and thank you.